let me just show you an overview of what it looks like. We don't have to go into depth with it. I don't need to read it. We'll just give you a scanned little clip here, and then we can wrap up, because I really
Again,
want
this
you
is
to
an
get to see it.
example of something that's in the course.
Right. In the pearls, there's like 20 plus pearls right now. They'll be expanded. Anything that risk adjusts that's a chronic condition, we intend to have a pearl or a tool for you to go to. So this particular one was under GERD, but it also covers esophagitis, Barrett's esophagus, and so it gives you the definition of GERD, esophageal reflux. You also get all of, I'm really into pictures. I'm a visual learner, so we put that in there with the description.
You might want to look away for a few minutes while she scrolls.
Yeah, some of these, these aren't bad in my opinion, but okay, and so the disease process and stuff, we also let you know, what are the symptoms that you're going to be reading about when you are doing the risk adjustment. You've got to be able to draw lines, differential diagnoses, Barrett's esophagus, when the stomach lining is changing the cell structure and going up into the esophagus, little things like that will make you a better coder. There's also some other types of esophageal or esophagitis complications. I made Chandra double check the way I say, let's see, encephalic, no, I can't even say it, but anyway, esophagitis. I don't want to waste. Yeah, there you go. Similar diagnoses that would risk adjust. Again, the anatomy, you got to know the anatomy of the whole digestive tract to really understand even something like GERD. The medications that are common medications that are used for each of these, histamine blockers, proton pump inhibitors, these, and not only telling you what they are, but what they do. ICD-10 guidelines that are specific around this particular diagnosis or these diagnoses. We give you ICD-9 and ICD-10. Chandra made these great graphs. She's so good at these, and that really helps you get through the guidelines and narrow down quickly. Then down here at the bottom also, she has added, we'll just scroll real quick through the 9, but also Coney Clinic references that may be applicable for you to know something that changes a nuance in a case. So again, that is, I think we said about 8 pages of information that will really make these chronic conditions pop for you, and you don't have to have the stuff memorized because you can always reference it, but if you go through and you read these, it will make you a better diagnosis coder with these chronic conditions. And again, when you're doing risk adjustment, you have to be able to draw a line. They can't just say the patient has GERD. You have to be able to show that it's current and that it's active, it's being treated, and that could be a medication or him addressing the signs and the symptoms and so on. So that's a brief overview of what one of our pearls look like, and again, we have 20 plus in the course, and it will continue to grow just constantly. We're constantly adding content.
I just want to add in real quick, we got a lot of questions about, do I really need to know ICD-9 for risk adjustment? Risk adjustment is based on a retrospective review forecasting for next year. So yes, the carriers are all collecting data from 2015 right now to justify their 2016 payment. And remember, we didn't go to ICD-10 until October. So the first 9 months of last year were all based on ICD-9 data. Most risk adjustment plans are still doing ICD-9 coding and review and require that their coders use and understand ICD-9 as well as ICD-10.
Do you need more medical certification training? Go to www.cco.us. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for updates.